deserves to be here. The only reason I'm standing in this pulpit today is because love brought me out. I'm glad there's a God that can get down in my situation and pick me up and take me out of that situation. God knows how deep you are. God knows how messed up you are, and that does not scare him. It may scare the world, it may scare church people, but it does not scare God. God's not afraid of you. God is calling you. God is calling you right now with the power of his love. God is calling you out of your sin. He's calling you out of your misery. He's calling you out of your blood. He's calling you out of your pain. He's calling you out of your sleepless night. He's calling you out of your misery. Somebody ought to stand up and answer the call of the love of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is wrapping up. We've got to be focused on finishing. We've got to be focused on making it. It's never a good time to get bitter. Now more than any time, because this is not just about you being lost. This is about finishing. I just don't feel like that the way they've ran and the way God does things, that we finish by crawling in. I believe it's the will of God for us to finish strong.
The success of a trial is not the outcome, but it's what you become in the trial that makes it successful. So even if you lose everything, God used it to make you more like him, and that is the greatest victory you can ever partake of when you take on the divine nature of Jesus.
God is not coming back for a church that is failing. God is not coming back for a church that is surviving. God is not coming back to get a church that needs CPR. God is coming back for a church, I believe, that is full of abundance. God is coming back to get a church that is thriving. God is coming back to get a church that is full of favor. Thank you, Pastor. I'm glad one believes it in here, but that's the problem. Too many of us are staring at our death situation and listening to what the enemy is speaking into our life. And there's a little young fella wanting to tell you, God knows. I know thy works. I know where you are. I know what you're doing. And I want you to know that I know. Because I'm not coming back to get you out of bondage. I'm coming back to get you in who you are. Because everyone that sees you sees a hope that they previously did not have. Because when they see you, they see someone that while you were yet dead in your trespasses and while you were yet dead in your sins, there was a man, a God, that looked down and said, I want them to be on my team. I want them to be part of my team. And when God spoke to you and when God reached down and talked to you, there was an awakening that happened in you. And all of a sudden you became the great hope to the world. I wish you would lift your hands and say, I am the hope to the world. I am the hope.